The phone vibrated softly at 11:47 p.m., a faint sound in the quiet of the night, yet sharp enough to pull Daniel from his sleep. He reached blindly for it, eyes narrowing against the sudden light. Beside him, his wife Emily shifted in her sleep, her back to him, hair falling loosely across the pillow like a curtain of curls. For a fleeting second, he thought of ignoring it, of putting the phone back down and returning to sleep. But temptation has a cruel way of digging into the mind, and Daniel couldn't resist. The message on the screen stole the air from his lungs. "I miss you too. I can't stop thinking about last night." His body went rigid, every sound around him fading. The whir of the ceiling fan, the distant bark of a dog, even Emily's slow, steady breathing. Everything shrank into the weight of those words. His pulse hammered so violently it hurt, each beat rattling his ribs as if his heart was desperate to break free. He turned to look at her lying peacefully, one hand tucked beneath her cheek. That face, one he had trusted for years, the face he built his life around, suddenly looked like a stranger's. He hovered for a moment, telling himself not to open the conversation. But his thumb betrayed him. Line after line of intimate messages filled the screen. Between Emily and a man named Jason. Shared secrets. Plans to meet. Teasing words. Laughter typed out, belonging to moments Daniel was never part of. And then the final blow, pictures. Nothing indecent but damning all the same. Emily smiling brightly, eyes sparkling in a way she hadn't looked at him in a long time. The phone slipped from his grasp, clattering onto the nightstand. His chest rose unevenly, breaths ragged. Rage and disbelief twisting inside him like fire and ice colliding. He wanted to shake her awake, demand answers, shout until she had no words left. Yet he sat frozen, pinned by the weight of betrayal. Sleep abandoned him completely. He lay staring at the ceiling, each second more suffocating than the last, while the woman beside him slept soundly, unaware she was crushing his world. When morning came and light seeped through the curtains, Emily stirred. She stretched lazily, brushed her hair back, and kissed his cheek with the same absent tenderness she had offered for years. But now that simple kiss tasted of poison. The day was unbearable. Daniel followed her with his eyes, dissecting every movement, every word, wondering which ones were masks, which smiles had once been meant for Jason instead. By dinner his patience snapped. Fork clinking uselessly against his untouched plate, he watched her chatter about work, weddings, and the weather, as though life were ordinary. That normality, that performance of routine, was the cruelest wound of all. He cut her off with a single question. "Who's Jason?" Her fork froze midair. For the briefest instant her smile faltered. Her eyes darted, lips parting with no sound. I don't know what you mean," she whispered, but the quiver in her voice betrayed her. "Don't lie to me," Daniel said, his voice steady but sharp enough to draw blood. "I read the messages." The color drained from her face. The fork slipped from her trembling fingers. Tears welled, the mask she wore dissolving instantly. "Daniel," she whispered, his name sounding foreign on her lips, as if it belonged to someone else. "How long?" His tone left no room for evasion. "A few months," she admitted, her voice cracking. The word detonated inside him. Months. Months of secrecy, stolen moments, intimate promises. All while he had trusted, waited, believed. Why? The word tore from him raw and broken. Her tears spilled freely now, hands covering her face. "I don't know. I was lonely. You've been so busy with work, so distant. And Jason, he listened. He made me feel alive. I never meant for it to go this far." "Don't," Daniel snarled, slamming his fist onto the table. She flinched. "Don't you dare excuse this. I gave you everything, and you threw it away for him." Her sobs filled the silence, but they brought no comfort, no remorse Daniel could believe. That night, he couldn't bear to lie beside her. Instead, he sat in the living room, memories haunting him like ghosts. Their wedding day, their first home, the moments of vulnerability they had shared. Moments he thought had bound them for life. All poison now. He wanted to hate her. He wanted to pack a bag and disappear. But love, the most merciless chain of all, still held him. Because even in betrayal, his heart ached for her. And that was the cruelest wound of all. Days blurred together. A storm of anger and despair. Emily begged, swore it was over. promised she would fight for him, for them. She deleted messages, blocked numbers, clung to him with desperate arms. But trust, once cracked, bleeds endlessly. Each vibration of her phone set his stomach in knots. Every smile she offered, he questioned. One night, as she showered, his anger and paranoia took over. He unlocked her phone again. There it was, an unsent draft. A message to Jason. I can't see you anymore. My husband knows. I'm sorry, but I love you. The words blurred as his vision swam. Love. That wasn't loneliness. That wasn't a mistake. That was a theft of something sacred, something irreplaceable. When Emily walked out wrapped in a towel, she froze at the sight of him holding her phone. Their eyes met, guilt blazing in hers. You love him, Daniel said hoarsely, his voice cracking. No, she cried, rushing toward him. I thought I did, but I was confused, desperate. Daniel, please, I love you. I need you. I'll do anything. But her pleas fell flat. Words couldn't patch what had been broken. He tried God, he tried. Counseling. Late-night conversations. Silent nights followed by apologies. Emily begged for forgiveness, swore she'd earn it back. Sometimes, when he saw her swollen eyes and trembling lips, he almost believed. But the shadows never left. He wondered if her laughter with him had ever been real, or if it always belonged to Jason. When he touched her, doubt lingered. Was she comparing him even then? The marriage didn't collapse in a single night. It rotted slowly, piece by piece, until only hollow gestures remained. They played their roles like actors, speaking lines of love that had lost their meaning. It had started with one message, one secret, one night that shattered everything. And though Emily still lived in the house, though her arms still tried to hold him, Daniel knew the truth. His world had changed forever. Betrayal, once tasted, is a bitterness that never leaves the tongue.